Good morning, everyone. We are live with Coffee with Alain. Appreciate everybody that joins and appreciate everybody that watches on the replays. I know a lot of people maybe can't make it at this time, and so you're watching on a replay, and I really appreciate that as well. And if you're watching on a replay, do some comments and stuff, and I'll still answer them either, in the comments or maybe talk about it the next day. So, and if you're here live, you can comment and we'll interact. But if you're on the replay later, we'll still interact. So appreciate all of you. On today's coffee cup is we have the retro Mickey Mouse. Again, I'm a big Mickey Mouse fan. I'm a big Walt Disney fan. Really admire and appreciate what he did and the empire that he created. For some people that might not know, Mickey was not the original name for Mickey Mouse. Walt actually named the mouse Mortimer. Yeah, it was going to be Mortimer Mouse. And his wife Lily didn't really think that Mortimer fit the character. And so she's the one that suggested Mickey, and then Mickey took on. He listened to his wife, luckily, and we have Mickey Mouse, who's become not just a United States figure, but a worldwide figure. Everyone in the world knows Mickey Mouse. And, I love the quote of Disney when, he said, it all started with a mouse. And so here's to Mickey. Hope you're enjoying your favorite beverage, whether it's coffee, tea, milk, water, whiskey in the morning. I don't care. As long as you're enjoying it, that's what counts. So have your favorite beverage, and let's have a show where we learn a little, we share a little, maybe laugh once in a while, and have some fun. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about, the story that I hinted at about where you shouldn't put things. And when you do put things there, you can cause a complete bomb scare and evacuate a hospital. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about Avatar because my family, we went to it yesterday, the new Avatar movie. My wife and daughter and I went to see that, and it is a fantastic piece of filmmaking. Good morning, Eric. Appreciate you being here. Eric, you missed it. Do you know Mickey Mouse's original name? I just shared it, but I think it was before you jumped on. If you don't know it, Google it, you'll find out, or watch this on the replay. We went to Avatar yesterday, and it's a simple story. It's not very complex when you get into the story, but it's a good story. But it's just amazing piece of creation for film. The world that they created and the filming, and it's hard to tell what's real and what was computer generated. Just a fantastic thing of doing it. Eric guessed Felix. No, Mickey's original name from Walt was Mortimer Mouse. And his wife, Lily, didn't care for it, and she's the one that suggested Mickey, and it got changed, thankfully, and we have Mickey Mouse around the world now. But yes, the underwater sequences were incredible. And I watched some stuff before we went to the movie. It was on TV a couple weeks ago, and I had recorded it, and we watched that about the making of Avatar. And, they had professionals in there working with the actors and actresses so they could hold their breath longer and stay underwater while they were filming, so many underwater scenes. And I believe it was the same guy that worked with Tom Cruise for his underwater scenes for one of the Mission Impossible movies. And, and this guy works with people, for those kind of things. And so they were holding their breath for, extremely long periods of time and learning how to relax and stay underwater so they could get the filming done. And again, the world that they created for that movie is just incredible. James Cameron, the movies that he has done, way back from, my favorites back in the Terminator days. But, you know, he did Titanic, which was huge, and now the Avatar, which was huge, and now the sequel. And he plans on making, 3 more. So he wants to have 5 Avatar movies. Where they're going to go next, you know, I don't know. But with him at the helm and the amazing, amazing people that he works with, just incredible filmmaking. I guess you're saying lame about the Mickey Mouse era. That's okay. um, but if you haven't seen the movie, it is worth seeing on the big screen, and it's worth seeing in 3D. The 3D effects, you know, it is. It's just amazing how stuff's going on, and sometimes it's just real little things, but there's these specks going through the air that look like they're, you know, right in front of you. Good movie. And if you're into movies and cinematography and filmmaking, what an example of something that can be done when you have the right person at the helm, the right actors in those roles, and just the incredible crew and the amount of people it took to create that. I mean, sometimes I like to sit and watch the credits of movies. I mean, almost always I watch the credits of the movies, and you see the thousands of names going by that it takes to make some of these pictures, but it's understandable why. One of these days I'll talk a little bit about Yellowstone and, you know, being up on the set and, you know, sort of things I've noticed and learned and pick up. And, you know, that's been amazing too, just to be part of that creation. Even though I was a small background extra role, you know, I got to see how they were doing things, and then you get to watch the show and see how it comes together after seeing what they filmed and what they did. And it's just an amazing process, and the amount of people and time and money it takes for our entertainment, you know, TV shows, movies, just to entertain people, what it takes to do that. So let's, you know, talk a little bit about safety. Now, I posted a quote on the Enjoy Life Safety page this morning, and the quote is, "No course of action is guaranteed to be right in a survival situation, but the more you know, the more effective your actions can be." And that's a key right there. We don't know what kind of emergency or survival situation we may encounter. It can be a natural disaster, a man-made disaster, a killing of this or that. And we can't be guaranteed of what we're going to do is right. I can guarantee that doing something is going to be better than doing nothing. And that's why we want to learn. And if the more you know, the more effective your response and your actions can be to keep yourself and others alive. And it doesn't have to be an elaborate, great, I mean, you don't have to spend hours and hours a day studying and training to survive something that may never happen. You know, I don't want you being all paranoid and waste your life away, you know, scared because you think it's going to happen. But getting some general training, some general knowledge, and having a general plan to see you through something is prudent, and it's effective. People have survived incidents, and it's because of simple plans, simple training, and things that they had beforehand. So what I try to do is provide that training and provide some of that education to help you have your plan and more knowledge. So if you ever face something, your actions will be better and you have a better chance at surviving. We can't guarantee 100% survival for stuff that goes on in life, but we can increase our odds and give ourselves a better chance with training and knowledge. And the knowledge and training you get has to be personalized to you. If you're here in Montana where I'm at, you don't really have to study up and be an expert on hurricane survival and know what to do during a hurricane. Not going to happen here in the mountains of Montana. But if you live in a place where hurricanes are frequent, it would be prudent to learn what you should do in one of those emergencies. How do you get the notice that the hurricane's coming so you can evacuate if they give an evacuation notice? How can you protect your house and make it more hurricane proof? What supplies should you have on hand? Okay, those kind of things you can do. Okay. Now up here in the north, you need to learn a little bit more about what to do in cold weather and power outages during cold weather and such. So there's some learning. You need to learn how to drive on snow and ice and in the different climates. Right? If you live somewhere where it's hot, okay, you need to know what happens when the heat wave comes in and you have unbearable heat and you lost your power, so you don't have air conditioning. Do you have your supplies? Do you have water? Do you have ways to keep yourself, your pets, your other family members cool and have water for all of them? Okay, so we just want some general knowledge. In my active shooter response courses, I actually just got a person wrote me last night, and hopefully I'll be going to California if things work out. I wrote him back this morning. But in those courses and classes, it's a general plan, because I don't know where you're going to be. I don't know if you're going to be in a hospital, a church, a school. I teach in all of these places, a business or a mall. I don't know where you're going to be and where the killer's going to be, or how many killers there's going to be, or what kind of firearm they're going to have, or who you're going to be with. I don't know all the specifics, but I can give you general plans and strategies that you can adopt to all those different situations to help you survive and help others survive. And then you tailor those to what works for you. And your plans will change as you plan or as you change. Your plan today, if you have young children and you're pushing them in a stroller, will change when those kids are in high school or college and can outrun you. Mine did. I had a daughter in a stroller. That was a different plan than now when she's in college and can outrun me. Okay? So we need to work with that knowledge and education. And we need to continuously learn and advance as knowledge, advances. As we learn more and things change, we advance our training and we advance our knowledge. As technology and different things come available, we learn about those and we implement them to keep us safer. Okay? So we can't guarantee you're going to have the right action. No one can guarantee that. But with more knowledge, you're going to increase the odds that your actions will be effective and keep you safe in that situation. So that's sort of what I wanted to talk about today. Don't have any questions, but remember, if you have questions, comments, by all means, we can make this interactive. If you're watching on a replay, still make those questions, comments. I do go back and respond to those. And, I hope that part of your goals for this year are to increase your knowledge about safety, enjoy life more, and enjoy it safely. That's what I'm all about, and that's what I'm here to help you do. I appreciate everybody here. It's going to be sort of a short one today. Often I'm going to go 15 or 20 minutes. Sometimes I might get on a topic to go longer, but you can usually count 15 to 20 minutes for these. I don't want to take up everybody's morning. I know we're all busy. We got things to do. But we've been about 15 minutes, so I'm going to end it. I am going to remind you, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about that story that's going to be a little bit funny, and you might want to be here and hear it. We're going to talk about that news story where somebody put something where he shouldn't have put it and had to evacuate an entire hospital because of it. Yeah. And we'll talk about other stuff. And bring your questions, bring your comments. Get this out to more people. Let's make these lives a community, a fun, interactive way to start our days. I want it enjoyable. I want it informative. I want it interactive. And that's going to be partly because of you. And I appreciate everybody here. And with that, have a fantastic rest of the day.